Okay, everyone. Hello, it's me, Rillan, back to bring you another episode of Construction and Adventure. Sorry for the no update on last Thursday. I got a copy of Terraria and I played the shit out of that. And then over the weekend, I was building mob traps to show. And those take several hours to build and design. So I built Etho's mob trap, which I'll show in a bit, and then I modified that, which I will show afterwards, and this is the one I want to show you. But first, this is the very first mob trap I designed, I believe, in the superflat, and, oops, man, I hate water sometimes. The vines were here to reset fall damage from mobs falling from up here, and then you can see I have the half slabs to keep spiders from spawning, like this. And originally this just fell straight down, but the problem with a 4x4 area is creepers tend to blow it up if you're trying to use this for experience grinding, but I found a neat little trick to get experience points, and the only problem with it is that you get shot in the face by skeletons often, it seems. But I set it up this way so that if you look here, why can't I get down? Oh, seriously, get down. There we are. I set it up like this so that they would all get funneled to this spot here. And when I turn it back to hard, they should start spawning. I've had troubles getting this to reset correctly. Yeah, see, now it's starting already. It's up to 11. This thing gets up to about 50. And the only problem I found is that after about, I want to say, 5 minutes, it slows down because I don't know if they're idling up there or if they're taking forever to find a way down. But for a while this works really well. It gets up it gets stable around 50 and then it slows down and it's really annoying. Well, let's put some of this stuff away because I'm going to need to show it off later. I don't need any of this crap. Anyway, that's the first mob design. It's really simple. Oh, shit. Oh, man. The perils of recording and in creative mode. Okay. Now, if I remember correctly, I need to go this direction. Yeah. And I should eventually come upon the second. Hopefully, yeah, here it is. Here is the second design that I built. I should say I built these mostly at my friend's house at some point. And this is just a T flip-flop here. Just hit shift. Oh yes, I did figure out finally that I can hit shift to go down. And this is just a basic T flip-flop. You push a button, it sends this to the right. And eventually the signal, you push a button. Oh, I got a text message, sorry. And it sends the signal through this block up this way into the piston, and it also starts a chain reaction of redstone repeaters to keep the block there for 19. I don't know. I don't know if it's 19 ticks. It's enough to kill or get every mob down to half a heart. But because of the way zombies work, because they have armor, you can't actually hit them with your fists, which is freaking annoying. And I've watched Etho's video, and I found out that you can make a TS NOR latch, but I have no idea how the wiring works correctly on that. So here's the second one that I've designed, and this one Um, this was designed so that this and this. Okay, so when it's in this position, you can use a sword to attack the mobs back here. Oh wow, it's some block lag. Yeah, I don't want to be building much. No, I don't know how much I'll be able to. Oh, let me get that off. That might have been part of the problem. And this would leave them with half a heart, and then you'd hit them with the sword. And then this, you do like this. And originally I had set it up as a button, or I had set it up as a switch so that it would move these two. But because you have to, one of them would, the switch would move the glass block before it would move this, depending on which position this was in, and which would cause the mobs to escape. Like if this is open, uh, uh, it was weird. Let's just say that I had problems. Oh yeah, it would cause them to escape because there might be some still sitting on this when you push the button. So here's the other design that I have. I'm actually going to go up this way. Going to attempt any. Oh yeah, yeah, it must have been the F3 because I went up. This is the second one I developed. When I say I developed, I should say, wow, I rose way too quickly. That's just annoying. Okay, and this uses the, oh, I guess I had one open there. Just uses the spawn pads, and there are, let's see. I want to say there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 by 8. So, was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 6 by 9. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, 6 times 9 is 54, minus 6 is 48. So there's 48 spots on each of these, and this is deactivated right now because I built the Ethos spawner too close to this. And this just basically, there's 2 of these, and he just uses the stair method, and they go up here, and here's the second one. If you look, yeah, here's the second one, and it's just another spawn, and they go up like this, and it funnels them down this way, and into that 1 block square, and that worked. It works okay, I think. The only problem is that I imagine, like the other one, it would get clogged up like crazy after a little while. Oh yeah, I'll talk about that down there in a bit. Okay, and here's Etho's design, and this is great. I'll show it off. Am I still in peaceful? No, I want to switch to peaceful, just to make sure. And there's probably going to be a whole bunch of drops since I was over. As you can see, I am close enough to get the drops. That or I forgot. Anyway, this is Etho's design, and I'm going to need torches to show off this. And I'm also going to have to start flying. Okay. This is Etho's design that he's used in both of his world. I don't know if he's currently using in his single player world. And this should be light enough to see right now. I don't know how much. Well, let's see. Yeah, the block light, even though it's coming up through here, yeah, even though the sun is coming up through there, it's not. Glass is opaque, but it doesn't let actual light through, so the block light level is still at 0. But it allows you to see up through this really easily, I've found. So this is his design. There's 100 spawning spaces per pad, or per layer. And the only issue with this is that you have to go up 148 blocks from down there to make sure that no mobs spawn below you in the air, which on a super flat world is okay, but on let's see, on any other world that you make, I found that layer 64 is the general ground layer of everything. So you have to build 148 above that, which you're over 200 at that point. And then you have to build 24 blocks above that for this drop height. How the hell? Oh, that's not good. What? Okay. 24 blocks up for the block height here, which puts you, let's see, 200 and, let's say that you get lucky and you get to 200 and like 20 there. Each of these is 5 high, which would leave you with 4 of these maximum, so 400 spawn spaces. And because you can't, mobs don't spawn after layer 240. So the problem there is you either have to build it on the ground or near the ground, 24 blocks up, or just straight on the ground and dig 24 blocks down, and then in a 140 block square around you, you'd have to light up all the caves. All of the caves, yeah. You'd light all the caves up, and it would decrease in efficiency at night, just because lighting up 148 squares of light, unless you build it like directly over the ocean, is a huge pain in the ass. So I guess I should talk more about the design. The reason these are only 8 blocks is mobs after, I want to say 36 blocks away from you, will idle after a certain amount of time after they spawn in. So this helps ensure that they fall off immediately after spawning, and the water will carry them down to you. Otherwise, they start idling on blocks far away from you, and it decreases the efficiency. You would end up having to like climb a ladder up and then go back down. So the design is, let's see, 16 of these? I'm kind of bad at math. No, it's more than 16. No, it's, yeah. So it's 12. 12, sorry. I thought it was 16 before. It's 12 because there's 4 here and 2 on each side. 12 of these in a pattern like this, and you put a water source block back here, and you put a water source block here, which causes the water to flow just so that it lands here. And I have 10 layers of this built, and the only issue with this is that mobs tend to get stuck on each other. So I'm going to switch this to hard and show you something that I found recently. So let's see if it's working. Yeah, it's already starting to work. So as you can see, they're falling down just fine. When I do this, assuming it doesn't lag out. Okay, listen. If you listen closely, you'll hear experience orbs popping into my body, which was an amazing thing to find out. So if you hit a mob as it's falling down, the 24 block drop, I think this is a 25 block drop. And you have to be careful of skeletons because they will shoot an arrow, but if you hit them in just a certain way, they won't shoot it in your face when you hit them. And so here's just me bashing on the mouse button. The only this is not a terribly good way to get experience. I would use an Enderman farm or a Blaze farm, but early on, this wouldn't be too bad. Plus, this would allow you to get the rare drops for killing monsters. The enchanted bows and blocks of iron. And I don't know what the rare drop from, if there is a rare drop from the other. But yeah, you can just sit here all day wailing on them as they fall. And for some reason, your hit counts as damage to them right as they fall, which is nice, actually, to find out. And it lets you get that, and you can just sit here idling. And also, I found out the hard way that the log activator, where you put a trapdoor down, and you have a column on top of the trapdoor, and you open the trapdoor, get in the trapdoor and close it, then log out and log back in. It seems to only work on servers, but it will instantly teleport you all the way up, so you don't have to climb this 148 block ladder. Let's see did I get any bows? Nope, but I did get an iron sword, so you can see the advantage of this. And all these drops here, by the way, are from this. And I think the one off in the distance. So anyway, let's switch back to peaceful. And I will show you this. I gotta make sure I start flying before I do. Okay, so I thought I would modify an Etho's design, and there's a zoom in on it. This is the best angle you'll get. So this is two layers currently, and it's 7 blocks high, and you have, let's see, 9 times 4 is 36 times 8. So you have 36 times 8 plus the 20 on the outside. And I seem to remember it giving you something like over 300 blocks of spawning space. And which would require you to only light up a small portion of the map around where this is built. And it works on the same principle. And here, let's go down, and I'll show you how this is built. First, I'll show you the completed portion of this. And this is lit. Oh, this is lit up. And this, as the torches are sitting, is all you need to disable this. One here, the 2 on the corners, and then on the edges. Ooh, that was some serious lag. And then on 1 here, and then torch. So this is built using Etho's base design. Let's see if I can find the center of this. Okay, so Etho's design is, I set up the water exactly like Etho's design, but then I added 5 pads around each corner additional. And I have water set up specially, but it's a huge pain in the ass to show it here, which is why I have color-coded stuff, if I can get out of here. Let's see if I can. Okay, I got out. It's kind of a... I really need to get a better computer at some point. Anyway, let's look at this from the outside first. These here, this blue wool here, are tubes for water to go through. And the bottom isn't color-coded because I color-coded this after I built the bottom half just to get the... And let me tell you that getting the water to flow just right was a huge pain in the ass. That's why these are 3 tall and not 2 tall. I mean, the ones in the center as well. So I will go here. The lime wool is where water flows, And I can actually put the water in most of this, I think, or at least some parts of it. The problem right now is that I should say this. Well, it's a bit of a bitch. Anyway, I don't know why I was going for there. So as you can see, from here, let's go down so I can show you a more basic idea of how this works. So the water is in the same positions that it is on the regular design. Those are the center. This, and this. They're different colors just to show what each section looks like. And each section is a mirror image of itself. So once you learn how to build one, you can build the rest of them. And I will probably end up showing how to build some of this at the end of the video on a world, on my other test world, which was a huge pain in the ass to find an ocean. I think I spent like 30 minutes looking for an ocean in that. You would not believe how hard it is to find an ocean at times. But anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So the lime wool is the layer down here, and water flows inside of that. And this cyan wool is where the second layer. So you have water flowing on this as well. And each of these goes up 3, as you can see over there. And I have little signs to show where to place water. So let's show an earlier lava tube. Or not lava tube, water tube. Okay, so this is a water tube right here. And the water's placed in this corner so that it flows this direction here and stops. And it flows this direction and this way and stops. And these two have to be next to each other like this, because if the water's here, what ends up happening is, because this isn't a fast, I don't know if it's the way the current works, but because this distance and this distance wouldn't be the same, the water seems to flow a little bit here and create a spot where it doesn't move. Oh, and I should also, I actually did want to show one other thing on the outside. This is the design of how the wall is set, and I didn't mirror that here except for this little bit. And it's the same here, it's just not built of wood. So that's the basic, the back of this, and this is here to keep mobs from spawning. And this is a more completed version of it, and the wool just goes across like this. And it goes across like this, and this goes up to here. So mobs will fall off on this, get flown down this way, and flown down this way. And here's the second part. So you need a sign, because of the way the water... here, let me see. Tripping over my own words. This is the second. This is another water spot you need. Because this water, how should I say this, is too strong, you need a sign like this and like this to keep it from messing up the water flow here. So you place a block of water here, and what it does is it flows down 8 blocks to this right here. Here. And it also flows this way, like this, and this way, like this. And it stops here. And you will want to put a block in front of this to make sure that it actually flows in these two directions when you've placed the water source. Like here, you want to place a block there so that the water flows that way, and then you can break this and it goes down this way. So here, you place a water source here. So this is the Etho's design. Water source block goes there, it goes there, and the corners. And you have blocks here and here. And you just use the stair method. What happens is the water from this block here will either push them down this way, or it'll push them this way, and then this way, and the stair, and it'll stop right here in front of the stairs, and this sign holds the water back from falling backwards over the stairs, and because the stairs are here, the water just pushes them up really quickly, and they flow over this. And with this design, the water, show you this. With this design, the water does not. There's no spots where it creates a pool of non-moving water. So here is a more finished. This is the more tutorialized version of it. Here is the finished version of this, and as you can see, what ends up happening here is that when you place a block of water here, as you can see, the water flows this way and this way, and it flows behind this here down into this, and like so. And you just repeat this pattern in each of the corners. What I like to do is start with the how should I put this? What I like to do is start with Etho's main design. Why would she? I'll do that later. I start with this basic design. The 4 in the center, like this, and then out this way, as that's where the main water is, and then out this way, and this on this one you start placing wool blocks up one, and I'm not entirely certain how long this entire thing is. Let's see. Someone keeps text messaging me. Let's see. Well, these are 3, 1, and there's 1, 2, 3, 6 of them. So 6 times 3 is 18, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so 27. It looks like it's about 27 by 27, give or take. Don't quote me on that just yet. So this is the basic design, and it's disabled right now, but it actually does do a fairly good job of having mobs spawn. Since it's based on Etho's design, it should have around the same rates. And this is basically what I've been doing for the last couple days, designing this. Huge pain in the ass. So what I'm going to do now is show you the world that I have set up for the next mob spawner. And I'll probably upload this world just so you can take a look at it. I'm not certain where you'll spawn, so I'm going to write down the coordinates of where that is in the video. Oh wow, it's taking a while to load. Yeah, so I did finally find an ocean, and I suggest building over an ocean, just because you're going to want to pillar up first, and then put your ladders down. And let's see, this is at 64. And I don't know exactly how the water stuff works. Mobs can't spawn down here, and this is at 48, but the general area is about 50 or so. So if you do end up building this slightly lower, you'll want to light up the area around it. So let's go up to the top, and I believe I'm going to have to build up some more. I did build a platform up here. Am I flying? Yeah, okay. And I was originally going to build Etho's design up here, but I wanted to see, after testing this, I wanted to see how well this works. So where am I right now? 184. So, uh, 148 plus 50 is 198. So 198 at best. So even at 198, you do get, yeah. So with this method, it works out fairly well. So what I'm going to do is build up to 198. Okay. Oh, and you're going to want to put torches down on the path down there. Sorry about this. And then I'm going to build a little safety around this. And you can make this, extend this platform out however you want. As you saw with Etho's design back there, I had a little, there was originally nether portal up there, but it turns out you cannot teleport to nether portals that are above 128, I believe. Uh, at least that's what I found out when I tried to go back. It's pretty annoying, actually. So let's just do a couple more. Okay. And I'm going to put the center of it about here, I think. Get some glass, if I can find it. Okay, some glass. So here. So this is 198 plus 24 is, let's see, that's 18 plus 4 is 22. 222 up. So yeah, at most you'd get about 600, I think, which is still not too bad with this design. It's not the most efficient way. At least I think it'd be 600. You might actually get a bit more because um, there's a 3 block height minus. So uh, 7 times 3 is 21 minus 3 is 18. So you might just be able to get it. But so 198 plus 24 is, god damn it, 208, 218, 222. Okay. Oh, also you're gonna want to build a ladder path up instead of doing this directly in the center of it. Oh, not in the center, right below it, behind the center. Oops. Okay, so that's the block. And I'm just going to mark out where the center of this is. And then break the glass, because that's where that is. Okay. Joy of joys. So we'll start. Where's this? Make sure. Okay, that's the center. And you can use whatever materials you want. I'm just using snow, as it's one of the easier materials to get. There's a method to farm it out really quickly. And get some of this and some of the wood so that the wood's at the top, dipshit. Okay. And I'm using the lime green, oh, son of a bitch. I'm using the lime green wool here to easily mark out the paths where this shit goes. So let's start. Okay. To do. What I might end up doing is just showing off. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Oh, apparently I have. I don't want white wool. God damn it. Okay. So this is basic, Etho's basic design. And let's see. It goes out 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. And get this ready. Okay. And I'm going to be building just a single corner of this, and then you'll end up mirroring the image, which is why I've started with that. And 1, 2, 3, okay. And then wood. Okay. And here. Oops. Oh, this is getting long. Okay. What I'll do is I'll build a big portion of this and then come back just so that it doesn't get super boring for you guys. Okay, everyone. Holy crap, did that take a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Um, Turns out that it's not 16 blocks, but it's 9. So, yeah, I fucked that up. Anyway, let's get a bucket in my inventory, I think, just to show off some of this. This is 1/4 of the entire design completed. And as you can see, the water, no matter where you are, the water will push you like this. And that's the one part that's important. Okay, so let's take water out of, let's see, I want to take water out of there, 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 and here. Yeah, just to show you where to put the water. So, when you're putting water down, you need to have this sign here, although it can't be here because this extends out this direction. I mean, this works just as is. Like if you wanted to take advantage of spawning stuff while you were working, I guess they might spawn on the farthest one away, but even then, I don't think it'd work. So, oh, and I guess I should tell you where to place the torches to disable this as well. You place the torches here, 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 oh, not there, there, and let's see, here, and here, here, there. And that should disable it. So it's in this pattern, like you see right now. Those are all the torches you need to disable this. And on these things right here, I don't know if I mentioned this, but here and here are these little outcroppings for the extra mobs to spawn. Like they'll spawn here and then fall in. And these are not at the right height right now. They need to be up one higher. But I only put down enough so that you could see how the water would flow. So when you're placing water, you start by putting one here, which will flow water in this direction and onto this. And you also need to place a water block. That's where I forgot to take water out of, I think. Oh, you need to place a piece of water here. I think the problem right now is that... Yeah, there we are. So you place a water block here, and then you place them above the stairs. And I found out that if you do not do this before putting water block here, for some reason it doesn't flow out in this direction. And then when you do that, it's fine. So, after that's complete, water ahoy! And this is the basic design. And then you just repeat that for each of the 4 corners. And this is what it looks like from the outside. And you just put snow. I like to... You can do whatever... You can make this entire thing out of snow. Here is a really cool design I liked. Like this. Gives you the... There we are. It gives you this corner design, and you can make the inside out of wood if you wanted to, since that's really easily able to get that quickly. So these are the water tubes, like so, and this is the other design I used. And you could and oh yeah, I have to say that I when continuing up, you're gonna want to do it this way, and then you'll want to put half slabs here so that mobs don't spawn, and half slabs here. Or just not have anything for the first one, but you will have to have it going up. So, like, this is how it originally looks. And I would just do that to keep the look consistent at the very least. Half slabs there, and then half slabs on this one. So that's the basic mob design. I will be... I don't know which world. I will be uploading the other world so that you can take a look at all of the mob traps and dick around with that. And I don't know how to upload. I don't know if I can upload a design of this, since I just basically messed around with this in my world for quite a bit. I will be needing to write down their coordinates, I believe, since I don't know how the spawning works when you give someone else a world. So I'll write down the coordinates and upload that with the video when this is up. But that is basically my mob design, modified from Etho's basic one. I do know that it works as when you enable the one in the other one and cover up the hole at the top, they do end up spawning. I just put it so close to the ground that you have no real way to do that. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was about 50 minutes long. Sorry about that. I wanted to show this off and how this is designed. Same on what? I will be uploading a video by Thursday again. I do promise this. I will also be uploading within the next couple days my test for Chex Quest video, and I'll be looking for co-commentators on that. I also will probably start uploading my Final Fantasy 12 building videos, and I'll be looking for co-commentators on that just because it's boring to watch, someone build something as evidenced by this. So that's the basic tutorial design of a mob spawner in the air, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. This is Rillan, as always. Please leave a comment or a like on the video if you enjoyed this, and consider subscribing, as it tells me that more people want to watch my videos. Anyway, this is Rillan signing off.